Ladies and gents, hello. Welcome back to Tink's Medieval Times Battles Bonanza. I've just released the 15th episode of the Crusades O'Clock podcast, and it struck me that it might be worth going through the battles that I've just discussed on that. So, over the next two episodes, we're going to be looking at the two battles that are the set piece for that episode. The first of which is the Battle of Artah in 1105. So, here's one I made earlier in true Blue Peter fashion. This is a more straightforward battle than the next one, so I'm going to warm up to Bessel, which will be the subject of our next episode. But Artah, nice and straightforward on a rocky desert map here, and it's just a straight fight between the Seljuk king of Aleppo, Ridwan, and his inveterate enemy, the Norman regent of Antioch, Tancred, who is the nephew of Prince Bohemond of Antioch, with whom we are so familiar from previous episodes. I'm going to play as Ridwan, because I love an underdog, as you probably have picked up, and I'm a fan of Ridwan. Not in the sense that he was especially competent or good at ruling Aleppo, because he wasn't especially, but he's quite an interesting character. He's got lots of shady associations with people like the Assassins and other key players in the Middle Eastern area. I've given myself an army that probably roughly reflects the army that he would have had at this battle. The usual array of mounted archers and heavy cavalry. You'll notice I've also picked 4 units of long-armed spear militia, the Ahdath. And I've given them silver chevron experience. This is because Ridwan used these troops specifically at the Battle of Artah, possibly because he intended to turn this campaign into some kind of jihad, a war of reconquest. If that was his intention, then it didn't work particularly well, as we'll see. I'm fighting against Tancred, who historically won this battle. Lots of cavalry, a few infantry, and some Turcopole mercenaries. And I've put these into the battle because Tancred, in the run-up to the 1105 campaign, put a lot of effort into raising money in order to raise mercenary troops. Because Antioch actually wasn't looking in great shakes in 1105. They'd lost a lot of land to Ridwan after the Battle of Haran, the first battle in this series of battles bonanzas. And so Tancred essentially is fighting this battle to try and win all of that back. He succeeds. Let's see if I, playing as Ridwan of Aleppo, can stop him from succeeding today. So here we go. This is my army, arrayed in glorious technicolor across the field of Artah. This battle's actually fought near a village called Tizin, which is in the vague region of Artah, just east of Antioch. Is Ridwan going to give us a speech?
Oh, he is. But we are not here to play, but to fight. Let none of you stay your hearts.
I mean, in the historic battle, quite a lot of Ridwan's army stayed their arms because a lot of them ran away. But I'm sure that won't happen today. Right, let's get deploying. Actually, I'm pretty happy with this. I'm going to keep the combat cavalry together. One of the things that Ridwan did historically in this battle, not very well, admittedly, is he used his cavalry on the flanks to try and lure the Crusader cavalry into a charge. So they basically pretend to retreat, and then the Crusaders would charge and they'd try and outmaneuver them. Ridwan was clearly quite impressed by Sockman's tactics at Harran. In the real Battle of Artah, those tactics don't play out very well for Ridwan because his soldiers run just a bit too far and they get caught in this rocky, broken ground you can see ahead of you. And so the Crusaders, rather than pursuing them, come and outflank the infantry instead, and the infantry have a thoroughly miserable time. Ah, hello Tancred. Long time no see. Well, I'm gonna do what Ridwan did. Because actually, in principle, it's quite a good tactic. So let's get these cavalry to harass the enemy cavalry. I'm also going to pull these combat troops up. These in loose formation. I forgot to do that in the last battle, which was probably why I lost. These lads in loose formation as well. They're not taking the bait at the moment, are they, the old Normans? Disappointing. Oh, hello. What's happened here? Oh, I see. They've just got caught in the way. Well, actually, as they're wavering, I might as well finish off these Turcopoles. I'm not entirely clear what Tancred's Turcopole mercenaries did in the real Battle of Artah, but they don't appear to have done very much in this one, so that's goodbye to them. Interesting that all the mounted sergeants have been deployed on the one flank of that army. Very un-Ridwan-esque tactics here. I'm not sure he would have got quite as heavily stuck in as I'm forcing him to do here. Let's let them charge into the front of the Ahdath, because if any unit of Ahdath are going to be well prepared to deal with this charge, it's these guys, because they have their silver chevron of experience. Let's see how much difference that makes to anything at all. Oh yes, I'd forgotten about these ones. Come on, fellas. So actually, if we can pin down these cavalry here, and they're kind of laughing, aren't we? Right, lads. I think these guys can come around the back of this force, because essentially what's likely to go wrong here is I think their infantry are quite a lot better than mine. Particularly on the flanks. These town militia, oh, they seem to be winning, actually. Oh, hello. Oh, I didn't see them. Oh, first blunder of the battle. But look! These aren't even the Ahdath. The crappy town militia have won. Well, I was not expecting that. Oh dear, because I have to say, Ridwan won the Battle of Artah. It's bad news ahead for old Tancred. I don't think Uncle Bohemond would have been very pleased with that for sure. Right, I'm going to try and kill off the general, because actually if the general goes, I think the rest of this army will go as well. This is like Civitate all over again. Oh no, it isn't. Look at these Ahdath. Oh, they've had a really miserable time. But in the end, they died doing what they love, which was fighting the infidel. So, fair play to them, you know. Now, got a spare unit here. I think they're going to come round and... Oh, actually, they could just attack these mounted sergeants. And then these Iqtadar can attack the mounted sergeants from the rear.
Have mercy. We have lost half of our men.
I think we can afford to relax a little bit. Mind you, let's not get cocky. Kill off those archers. Ooh. Oh dear, all of the infantry have run away. Now, interestingly, in the real battle...
They have lost half their men.
They have. In the real Battle of Artah, it's actually the Ahdath urban militia are the last component of Ridwan's army to run away, so we seem to have got this battle the other way round this time. Gosh, this is no longer going quite as well as I'd hoped. What on earth are these people doing? Go and help out all these people who are getting run down then. Awful. Which is why Ridwan lost all his battles, because... Well, no, it isn't. Ridwan was a rubbish commander. Which is why I'm so well suited to play as him, apparently, because having looked as though this battle was going exceedingly well for me, it now isn't. Look at these units. So many of them have been killed. I'm afraid to say, like the real Battle of Artah, this is no longer going Ridwan's way. Yeah, off he goes. Running away, as he did in... Oh, he's dead.
Runs like a whipped dog. Such a deserter is the brother of the murderer. May he find no peace.
An interesting comment, given that Ridwan actually was accused of being responsible for the murder of several of his siblings, and the attempted murder of his brother Dukak, who he doesn't kill, who ends up running Damascus instead. They're not best of friends, old Ridwan and Dukak, actually. So I imagine Dukak would have loved the outcome of this battle, and I'm sure he would have done, except he dies in 1104, so he wasn't really around to see it. Okay, I've got 2 units of horse archers left. It's a real shame about these guys. The real men of the match, just as they were for Ridwan in the real battle, because in the real Battle of Artah, they're the only people who hang around. Well, this doesn't make for terrific viewing, does it? Let's see if we can catch up with these fellas, because it would be nice.
The sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
I think we're going to taste ashes instead of victory, my friend. Ooh, not before these Turco Poles have taken a bit of a beating, though. Right, in order to avoid this becoming an excruciating cavalry conflict, I'm going to see if I can try and outmaneuver these Hospitaller sergeants. Because even if we're going to lose, and I say we, I mean I, thanks for your solidarity though, but if I'm going to lose, the least I can do is try and do something tactically intelligent. Oh, no, that wasn't tactically intelligent, because look who's just turned up! Mounted sergeants! I thought they were all dead! Ooh, not before the Hospitallers have knackered themselves, though. Hey, look, we might just, if I can disengage these guys, and then charge them into the side of these guys, we might just... Oh, no. No, that relies on Ridwan's army not doing what Ridwan's armies do best, which is running away. Oh, hey, I have 9 Iqtidar. Oh, that's fun. Let's send them into the fray.
Curse the sun that shines on our disgrace. We must turn the wind of battle, or we will taste ashes instead of victory.
Yeah, you've done that one already. And the ashes are looking likely and not in a cricket success sort of way. Ah, these guys have rallied. Oh, no, they haven't. No, that is the shortest time between rallying and retreating I've ever seen on this game. Not that I can blame them. Okay, it's a do or die. I think this needs to end, and it needs to end with a bang. Let's get a doomed Turkish horse archer's eye view. Oh no.
The shame of this defeat. If
That
Allah
was a
wills
shame.
it, next time will be different.
And of course for Ridwan, next time was different, as you will see in the next episode at the Battle of Tebessel. Now, that episode went... I mean, it didn't go well. I lost, but so did Ridwan. And one thing I will say is... I lost, but my army ran away in the wrong order, because historically the cavalry ran away first, and the infantry hung around. Here, the opposite was true. Captain Kutters was actually Ridwan of Aleppo, who was defeated by Captain Simon, actually playing as Tancred. Tancred's victory at Artah allows him to take all of the territory that Ridwan had gained from him in 1104, and results in the signing of a treaty that lasts for a whopping 5 years, which in the medieval Middle East is not bad going. Ladies and gents, thanks for watching. See you again at Tebessel.